Now what is the topic? Glycogen storage diseases. Okay. Okay. So what is glycogen? First of all, tell me. What is glycogen? Huh? Storage form of glucose. Yes. Okay. Now glycogen storage disease, from this term what we can know? Some problem in the glycogen metabolism. There must be some problem in the glycogen metabolism. Because of what? Because of which reason the glycogen that is not metabolized or is not synthesized, whatever it is, or it is getting accumulated in a toxic form or whatever it is, then these storage diseases might manifest. Okay, so this is glycogen storage disease. From the term we can know, like apparently from this term we can know this much information. Okay, now we will see in glycogen metabolism what are the two glycogen metabolism pathways that we know. Tell me, you all have read already. One is glycogen synthesis and the other must be glycogen degradation, glycogenolysis. All right. Okay. So from this very cycle, we can actually figure out what are all the diseases of glycogen storage. Diseases we can actually know if we know this complete cycle. Okay. So pay attention over here. From glucose, all the glycogenolysis or this one glycolysis pathway happens, and all of this happens, and we ultimately get what? ATP. All right. So from glucose 6-phosphate gets formed, and there's a glycolysis cycle happening, and ultimately ATP gets formed. Okay. So we won't go there. We will see from this step, from glucose 6-phosphate, this one will form ultimately glycogen, and this glycogen will be stored in our body and used for various purposes. All right. So from glucose 6-phosphate or from glucose to glycogen, how it is formed and how glycogen is broken down again to form glucose, gets released in our body. So this cycle actually, what are the enzymes which are required for this breakdown of glycogen and formation of glycogen? All these enzyme, any enzyme which is deficient will eventually lead to all these multiple diseases, and glycogen storage diseases will manifest in that way. So we will see like that. Okay. So glucose will form glucose 6-phosphate, and glucose 6-phosphate glucose will form glucose 6-phosphate. We won't go into the further steps of glycolysis. So from glucose 6-phosphate, glucose 1-phosphate gets formed. All right. So from glucose 1-phosphate, how glycogen gets formed? Two steps are there. First step is UDP glucose. All right. The first enzyme is what? UDP glucose pyrophosphorylase. Okay. And the second enzyme from UDP glucose to glycogen is glycogen synthase. Okay. So from these two enzymes are enough. From glucose 1-phosphate to glycogen is formed. All right. So this is formation of glycogen. And from glycogen to glucose 1-phosphate and then back again to glucose is what? A single enzyme. Glycogen phosphorylase. Okay. So this enzyme, so this is the complete pathway you should all know. Okay. So now see, glucose 6-phosphate to glucose 1-phosphate. The enzyme is what? Phosphoglucomutase. Okay. This enzyme is not as important for you to remember, but just I wrote for knowledge. Okay. So glucose 1-phosphate is the first step. From glucose 1-phosphate, this enzyme acts UDP glucose pyrophosphorylase, and then UDP glucose is formed. All right. Then UDP glucose gives what? Glycogen, and the enzyme is what? Already I told you, glycogen synthase. Okay. Now glycogen, this one, a single branch chain compound. All right. So we need branching enzyme to break down the compounds. Otherwise, what will happen? A single branch chain glycogen will get accumulated in our body. We need branching enzyme for that. All right. Photosynthesis and then branching enzyme will act, and finally we will get the branched glycogen which is stored in our body. All right. Then from glycogen, glucose will form with the help of what enzyme? Glycogen phosphorylase. And then after that, debranching enzyme will act. And then what will happen? Debranching enzyme will do what? Debranching enzyme will cut suppose this is the long chain glycogen structure. All right. All right. This is the single long chain glycogen structure. All right. So branching enzyme will do what? Break down here and form another like this. Okay. So that it is not a long chain structure anymore. It will be branched, multiple branches, and it will get stored in our body. Same debranching enzyme does what? Debranching enzyme will detach this one and make another compound like that. Okay. So debranching enzyme does this, and from this one acts over here after glycogen phosphorylase acts, and after that glucose 6-phosphate gets formed and glucose 6-phosphatase again back to glucose. All right, so this one you understood the enzymes. Okay, now since we have understood the enzyme part, now we will see the diseases. Okay, so the first disease is what? Von Wrigg disease. Okay, the Von Wrigg disease is because of what deficiency? Which enzyme deficiency? Glucose 6-phosphatase deficiency. So suppose if glucose 6-phosphatase is not acting in our body, is deficient in our body, then what will happen? What will happen? Glucose 6-phosphatase is not acting, it's doing its job properly, it's deficient in our body. Then what will happen? Glucose 6-phosphate will not be converted into glucose efficiently. No, we will have more and more glucose 6-phosphate getting accumulated in our body. No, because this enzyme is not working, this is deficient. So this one will not get converted into glucose. So this one gets accumulated more and more. Understood or not? Understood? This enzyme is not acting, this one is not getting converted into this one gets accumulated. Glucose 6-phosphate gets accumulated. Alright? So we will see over here. Von Wrigg, accumulation of glucose 6-phosphate in our liver. Where it is getting accumulated? In our liver. So something more and more getting accumulated in our liver eventually land up into what? Hepatomegaly. Right? So hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia, of course, because glucose is not getting produced, hypoglycemia, hyperlipidemia and hyperuricemia. Because of what? Because body ultimately needs to produce energy, no? So it will catabolize fat and muscles. Eventually it will lead into hyperlipidemia and hyperuricemia. So all these are manifestations of Von Wrigg diseases. Understood Von Wrigg? What enzyme is acting and why it is happening? Understood? Okay. Now second is what we will see? Second we will see is Cory's. Okay. So Cory's disease will happen because of which enzyme deficiency? Debranching enzyme deficiency. Where was this debranching enzyme acting? To branch this one, separate this long chain glycogen and form a different compound. No, debranching enzyme was acting. So Cory's, this one is deficient. Debranching enzyme is deficient. No, then Cory's will happen. Then how will it manifest? Abnormal glycogen accumulation in our body. Because glycogen already got produced, okay, but it is abnormal in structure. It is not, debranching is not acting properly, it is deficient. So glycogen is already produced, but debranching enzyme is deficient. So abnormal glycogen, abnormal structured glycogen will accumulate in our body, no? So Cory's is what? Abnormal glycogen accumulation in our body, that is branched glycogen, okay? Branched glycogen, debranching enzyme not acting, so branched glycogen will be accumulated in our body. Same hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia, we will see, no? So Cory's is done. Third is we'll see this enzyme, glycogen phosphorylase. Now glycogen phosphorylase, McArdle's and Hers. In muscles if it's deficient, then McArdle's disease. In liver if it's deficient, then Hers disease. Okay. Now we will see glycogen phosphorylase. What it was doing, glycogen phosphorylase, it was converting glycogen into glucose 1-phosphate. Okay. So if glycogen phosphorylase is deficient, then glycogen will not get converted into glucose 1-phosphate. Then again glycogen accumulation, abnormal glycogen accumulation. Okay, so if it is accumulated in muscle, it will manifest as McArdle's, and if it is deficient in liver, then Hers. Okay, now McArdle's and Hers, you see, McArdle's is what? In muscles it is deficient, so muscles cramps on exertion. If you try to exercise or on heavy exertion or anything, then muscle cramp. Obviously myoglobinemia, because what? Muscles will break down to form energies and everything, because glycogen is not breaking down to form glucose. All right, so muscle myoglobinemia. Then hypoglycemia on exertion. Okay, now Hers, same, hepatomegaly. Anything which is wrong in the liver will manifest as hepatomegaly. Anything getting accumulated in liver will grow in size, and hepatomegaly common in all these three. And fasting hypoglycemia. Okay, now McArdle's and Hers. So we are done with glycogen phosphorylase. So these two are done. Now the next one is what? Anderson's. Now branching enzyme, where it was acting, branching enzyme. Branching enzyme was used for what? Branching, this one. Breaking down these bonds and branching, forming this long chain glycogen was getting broken down by this enzyme and form this one. 1,4 alpha glycosidic bond, I think, or 1,6 alpha bond was getting broken down and forming 1,4 glycogen compound. Okay, so basically it was breaking the long chain glycogen compound, branching enzyme. So if branching enzyme is deficient, then Anderson's will occur. Then what will happen? A long toxic glycogen molecule will get accumulated in our liver. No. So Anderson is what? A long toxic single long chain glycogen gets accumulated in our liver, and it is very, very fatal. It will eventually lead to cirrhosis. Okay, so this is Anderson. A single long chain glycogen compound will get accumulated in a liver if branching enzyme is deficient. Okay, so we are done with the branching enzyme. Third is the last two are out of this cycle because you can't figure out in this cycle. The last two are Pompey's and Tories. Now Pompey's and Cories are kind of similar only. Cories was happening because of debranching enzyme was deficient. Now if debranching enzyme is deficient in lysosome, then Pompey's will occur. Okay, debranching enzyme deficient in lysosome, then Pompey's will occur and it will manifest as cardiomegaly. Okay, and Tories. Tories is what? Tories is also out of this cycle. Tories is what? PFK1 deficiency. Okay, PFK1 enzyme deficiency will lead to Tories and it will what? Muscle weakness and anemia. These are symptoms of Tories and Pompey's. These two are out of the chart, so I mentioned it differently, like aside, and these are the diseases that you can easily remember from this chart. Clear? Okay. So should we revise once again, or is it clear? Understood? No? Or any doubt is there? Understood? Okay. Then tell me from the beginning, you start. From glucose, what was happening? From glucose, glycogen gets formed, and from glycogen, glucose gets formed. There are multiple steps involved in this cycle. Alright? And throughout these multiple steps, enzymes are needed. Any enzyme which is deficient, causing diseases. Ultimately, this is only the thing which is happening over here. Glucose gets converted to glycogen, glycogen to glucose, and during these multiple steps of conversion, if enzymes are deficient, then it will end up in causing various diseases, as we have seen already. Okay, so in all the steps, enzymes are mentioned, and in deficient enzymes, what will the diseases? It is also mentioned. So first we will see von Grich. Von Grich is because of what deficiency? Glucose 6-phosphatase deficiency. Glucose 6-phosphatase deficiency will lead to what? Accumulation of glucose 6-phosphate more and more in liver. Accumulation of glucose 6-phosphate, accumulation in more and more in liver will lead to what? Hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia, hyperuricemia, and hyperlipidemia. Alright, second we have seen debranching enzyme deficiency. Debranching enzyme deficiency will lead to what? Abnormal structure of glycogen stored in our liver, which is Cories. Okay, abnormal structure of glycogen accumulated in liver is Clories. Branched glycogen which is getting accumulated in liver is Cories. Alright, same hepatomegaly, hypoglycemia we will see. Third is what? Third is glycogen phosphorylase deficiency. One can happen in the liver, one can happen in the muscles. Alright, this one enzyme deficiency, then we will what? Then glycogen will get accumulated. Abnormal glycogen will only get accumulated in liver or muscles, whatever. In muscles, it will lead to what? In muscles, it will lead to muscle cramps on exertion, hypoglycemia on exertion, myoglobinemia, okay? And HERS, hepatomegaly, again, and fasting hypoglycemia. Okay, we are done with this one. And next is what? Next is branching enzyme deficiency, which is Anderson. If branching enzyme is deficient, then one single long chain glycogen will be stored in the liver, and this is toxic, this is fatal, ultimately will lead to cirrhosis. Okay, and then two other which are not included in this cycle, you remember it separately, Pompey's and Tories. Pompey's is again debranching deficiency in lysosome, will lead to cardiomegaly. Tories is PFK1 deficiency, will lead to anemia and muscle weakness. Okay, done.